So what we have here is the old Google logo. It's done very nice. It's what a lot of people have come to know as Google, and they have their colors, their blues, their reds, their yellows, and their greens, and it always has reminded me of this McDonald's Play Palace, Chuck E. Cheesy, uh, unrealistic way of looking at life. But it's quirky, it's fun, it's inventive. A lot of people love it, and it has what's known as these humanist serifs. Now, if you look at the new logo, you can see that they cut off. That's the most apparent thing. They cut off these serifs, and serifs are hands and feet to a character, a letter, a glyph. They reside at the very edges of these characters, and they just basically cut them off with the new logo. So I'll show that right here. Now, a few other things that I've noticed. Uh, they've simplified everything so much. It's really fantastic how they've done this. You can see that the aperture of the O's, the counterforms here, and the E all opened up. Very nice. Geometric, simple forms, flat shapes, boosting of the saturation and the chroma. Very nice. You can see that it's the chroma or the temperature of the color is bumped up as well. The strokes are thicker as well. And you can see that they simplified. This is almost like a complete circle, and then it gets chopped right off, right where the serif was at, and chopped again. So everything is truncated, shortened, streamlined. It's quite nice. And one thing with the saturation is, because Google has been around since 2003, at that time, there wasn't really like high DPI, 1080p UHD 5K monitors, so color was very muted. But nowadays, when you think about color, you think about the temperature and how high it is, and the saturation, the vibrancy. If it's really dull, you're kind of like, has this been desaturated? So they've done a good job with bumping up the chroma, and we can see that here. If I turn it on and off, you can, especially with the red. The red just looks like there's a little bit of K or some black in it, and same thing with the L. It looks like there's a little bit of black, maybe a little bit of blue to reflect the yellow. So that's done really nice. And the other thing is, you can see that the kerning was a little bit tighter. Let me just see here if we turn it on and off. The kerning is almost the same, actually. But these humanist serifs was the biggest thing that they chopped off. And if you read a book, a novel, any type of story, most likely 90% of the time will have serifs. However, when you're reading something online, with pixels on screen, it's a lot easier to see serifs, or sans serifs, I should say, that's without the serif, because everything becomes a lot more easier to read. You don't have to worry about pixelation or dots not being represented correctly. So that's pretty much it. Hope you like this tutorial, and that's pretty much it.